Well, it's been really a long time since we all met for a English class, and that too regarding the literature chapters. Okay, so till date, we covered up so many things in grammar, in your MCB, and we also did a lot of work in our co-meet. Okay, so today, let's see what new we can do in our literature. And I chose for the chapter the village schoolmaster from your literature book. It's on page number 86 and unit 10. Well, if you can just go through the two pictures, which are put side by side. The very first picture talks about might be a school which is in village, okay, and the other one, the one which is there just beside that picture, the second picture, wherein you can see a lady who's holding a book and then she's teaching. She's got a blackboard behind her. So exactly, precisely what is understood, what we all can understand if we do an analysis of these two pictures. It's nothing but a simple differentiation between the two types of teachings which are done in two different setups. Okay, the first is the setup which talks about how this person who's sitting on the chair, he's teaching children who are sitting on the floor. Okay, they are not having the benches, the proper classroom setup. But to contrary to that, we find the other picture which is given. It's showing that there are benches, and the children, they are sitting on the bench, and then the teacher is there standing in front of those children, and then she's teaching. So precisely, the poem which we'll be dealing with today is about the village schoolmaster who, teaches in a village setup. Okay, and let's explore more about how this village schoolmaster was. Well, before going into the details, I would like to share something about the poet. Um, sorry. This poem is written by Oliver Goldsmith. He was born in Ireland. He graduated from Trinity College, Dublin. He pursued medical studies in Edinburgh, but failed to earn a medical degree. Okay, sounds very interesting. Then what did he do? He traveled to Europe in 1756 and eventually settled in London, where he began his literary career as an essayist. He went to the poet. He went to write, translate, and he compiled for more than 40 volumes of poetry, plays, essays, and novels. Quite a large number, you see. He is best known for his novel, The Vicar of Wakefield, two plays, The Good-Natured Man and She Stoops to Conquer. She Stoops to Conquer is really very interesting. And his poetic masterpiece, The Deserted Village, the poem, The Village Schoolmaster. Now this poem, The Village Schoolmaster, is actually a part of this longer poem, that is, The Deserted Village, in which the poet laments the disappearance of the villages and the destruction of farms owing to the forcible capture of these lands by rich people. And the poet's only novel which he's written, that is The Vicar of Wakefield, which was not that much well received when first book published, but soon he became most popular and well loved for his works, along with his entertaining comedy, and that was She Stoops to Conquer. Okay, let me see if I can just share his picture. Okay. Yeah. Oh, wow. So, this is our poet of the day, Oliver Goldsmith. Okay. All right. Okay. So you can see the citizen of the work, the hermit, the deserted village, and then various other works are there. Let's see if we find something interesting. Okay. Yeah. So this the deserted village. This is the main, the longer poem. All right. Now it is a work of social commentary and condemns rural depopulation and the pursuit of excessive wealth. All right. So the poem which we'll be dealing today is a part of this poem, The Deserted Village. Now, his poem Deserted Village was published in 1770. It expresses a fear that the destruction of villages and the conversion of land from productive agriculture to ornamental landscape gardens that would ruin the peasantry. Okay, so precisely, he was against the demolition of all those land which were so much, source of income for the farmers. So he was against that. Okay. All right, so let me stop sharing first. Okay. All right, so that was about the poet of the day. Now, first, let me, I'll try to do it stanza wise. Okay. Maybe a set of 4 or 8 lines. I'll read, rather, I would recite, and then I'll start with the explanation part. So, beside yon straggling fence that skirts the way with blossomed firs, unprofitable gay, there, in his noisy mansion, skilled to rule, the village master taught his little school. A man severe he was, and stern to view. I knew him well, and every truant knew. Well, had the boding tremblers learned to trace the day's disaster in his morning face. Okay, so this is the very first few lines, and then I'll start with the explanation of these 8 set of lines.